Hi everyone, I'm Yasha, and welcome to the 6th episode of Election Scoop. And today we'll be talking about the general election being held in Alabama, the heart of Dixie, for its U.S. Senate seat. In a more or less expected victory, Roy Moore, Alabama's former Chief Justice, beat the temporary incumbent Senator, Luther Strange, for the primary. With 100% of the vote reporting, Moore carried 63 of Alabama's 67 counties, with most of Strange's victories coming from the Birmingham area. Strange is the first incumbent senator to lose a primary since Indiana's Richard Lugar in 2012. Moore is well known nationwide for his attacks on Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader and fellow member of the Republican Party. It's interesting to see how over the last 5 or 10 years, intra-party insults have become just as effective as partisan insults, with factions in the GOP especially having major fights with each other. Nevertheless, Moore did win the primary, and he's looking pretty good for the general election too. He's up against the Democratic candidate, Doug Jones. Jones was a U.S. attorney under the Clinton administration who successfully secured convictions for the culprits of the disastrous and horrifying Birmingham church bombings. He's quite a strong candidate, but Alabama is different from most of the nation. In Alabama, people vote very often based on race lines, with Democrats winning in African American counties and Republicans winning in white counties. And since whites make up about 2/3 of Alabama's population, Republicans usually win statewide races these days with about 63 to 65% of the vote, and there's no indication that that will change. A Democrat hasn't held an Alabama Senate seat since Howell Heflin retired in 1997. Polls that have been conducted have shown Jones with a higher than usual number of supporters, with many moderates concerned about Moore's hardline policies. But there's little indication that this seat is in danger of being lost by Republicans. Right now, people are looking less at if the Republicans will win and more at how they will conduct their campaign. And since Alabama is almost as solid red as they come, we are interested in seeing what talking points the Moore campaign will bring up and exactly how much effort the Democratic Party will put in for Jones. But we do know that this race is disturbing moderate conservatives all across the U.S. Just recently, Tennessee GOP Senator Bob Corker announced his retirement from the Senate, and other center-right senators who don't take hardline positions, such as Nevada's Dean Heller or Arizona's Jeff Flake, aren't resting easy, knowing that now their own party may be their worst enemy. So that's the state of the special election being held in Alabama on December 12th of this year. Hey, just in time for the holidays. While this election is in a very lopsided state, the race will certainly not be a snooze fest, as we see the whole nation converging on Alabama to view this historic race size up and play out. So thanks for watching, and remember, don't forget to vote.